So it's happening again. If you are a vote blue, no matter who person, and you don't put any pressure on Joe Biden to actually go get votes, there's 100 million people who don't vote. Why wouldn't you be putting pressure on Joe Biden to go get votes from them, especially when the race is now neck and neck? You can't even beat Trump. That's how garbage the Democrats are. They can't even beat Trump. You are garbage. And every asshole blue check fucking Hollywood prick on Twitter and Facebook wagging their finger at voters instead of at Joe Biden to go get some of those 100 million people who already gave up on government. And those 100 million people who don't vote, are they rich white people? No. Rich white people vote. Are they privileged white? No. Privileged white people vote. They will not ever pressure Joe Biden to do anything. Joe Biden just might lose again. The Democrats just might lose again. It looks like they're trying everything they can. Remember this? This is how Clinton lost Michigan and blew the election. You ready? This is Michael Moore. So she lost Michigan and blew the election. Michael Moore is now warning us today. This is from August 30th. He's tweeting out the polling. Look at the polling. In Michigan, Trump up 2% over Biden in Michigan. This is what he's tweeting out. Michael Moore, Mr. Michigan. Someone needs to pull the fire alarm now. He put it in all caps now, so you know he's serious. Where are the stories about Trump gaining on Biden? Below is a poll from Friday in Michigan. Last week, Trump pulled within 4 points of Biden. Now, in one poll, Trump is ahead of Biden in Michigan, 47-45. Yet so many Democrats are convinced Trump will lose. Danger. Check this out, Michael Moore tweets out. During the same week in August, but 4 years apart. In 2016, Hillary was way ahead of Trump. But this past week, in some swing states, Biden's lead is less than what Hillary's was. You can't blame this on the PO or Russia. This is on the candidate and the party. Wake up. So we showed you this in another video, that Joe Biden in the swing states is doing worse than Hillary Clinton was doing at this time in her race against Trump. Joe Biden doing worse. And he still won't offer anyone a reason, those 100 million people who don't vote, he still won't offer them something to vote for. Isn't that amazing? I think it's amazing. They would rather lose to Trump than let a progressive win. So no, I'm not voting for Joe Biden. He says, sorry to have to provide the reality check again, but when the poll registered voters in the swing states, Biden and Trump are in a virtual tie. In Minnesota, it's 47-47. In Michigan, where Biden had a big lead, Trump has closed the gap to 4 points. Are you ready for a Trump victory? Act now. Joe Biden, Michael Moore, Joe Biden is not going to do a goddamn thing. So you keep pushing that Joe Biden bullshit. Michael Moore sounding the alarm. I live in Southeast Michigan, and on the ground here, I can tell you that I feel this poll is accurate. Biden has absolutely no presence on the ground here. He's relying solely on TV ads. I've not seen one Biden bumper sticker or yard sign. On the other hand, Trump stuff is everywhere. Democrats are risking all of our lives so their country club friends can stay super rich. That's exactly right. So if Joe Biden would just come out and offer a Medicare for all, he would sweep this election. He won't do it. Why? So his country club friends can stay super rich. Now, do you feel like a good person telling people to vote for Joe Biden? Because if you do, you're a fucking asshole. You feel good telling people to vote for Joe Biden? If you do, you're an out-of-touch, rich, privileged asshole. You should, if you tell people to vote for Joe Biden, you should do it with a heavy heart. And you should feel horrible about it. This one can be entirely blamed on look at this. Do you see what I'm talking about? This one can be entirely blamed on Russia. Trump is using scripts fed to him by Putin. Trump can't talk about without being told his catastrophic failure. 2016, Putin set up competing rallies to get the violence. Armand Bundy is taking up to defund and Black Lives Matter, not an ally. Do you see the kind of? Do you see this? This is America. God, this is America. This is what happens when you watch MSNBC or CNN or read the New York Times or the Washington Post. That's what happens.
Or listen to NPR.
Again, this is why we have a show. And you guys yell at Fox News. Anybody fucking else? This is what comes out of MSNBC and CNN. This kind of garbage, and you wag your finger at anybody, any other news organization. It's all on the Biden campaign. This is what Amy says. It's all on the Biden campaign. They've chosen to cater to the few anti-Trump Republicans instead of catering to the left. The Democratic Party has become the Republican Party light.
Yes.
It's all on Biden's campaign because they've chosen Biden. This guy's replying to Michael Moore. He says, Mike, I honestly don't see one single Democrat not feeling nervous every day. I don't know why you are screaming every day as if no one is listening to you. If you overdo it, people may feel hopeless and stay home. For Hillary Rodham Clinton, I understand, but for Biden, people are nervous. So just keep quiet. Stop talking. Please don't put pressure on Joe Biden to actually go out and garner votes. Let's all just cross our fingers, close our eyes, and hope everything turns out okay. That's Adrian's idea. Stop talking about negative things. If you don't talk about problems, they go away. I hope you don't. Don't you know that? If you don't talk about big problems, they magically go away. Michigan Democratic Party embraces single-payer health care after DNC rejection. Michigan Democratic Party embraces single-payer health care after DNC rejection. The Democrats in Michigan know what they should be doing. You know who doesn't? Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Michigan Democrats just adopted into their state platform immediate implementation of universal single-payer health care system in the United States. That's the Democrats in Michigan. And Joe Biden tells those Democrats, go pound sand, fucker. You got to vote for me. Where else you going to go? I'm not giving you health care. I'm not going to help your unions. I'm going to keep the wars going, and I'm going to outsource jobs. And who else you going to vote for? And I'll probably cut Social Security and Medicare along the way because I've been trying to do it my entire career. That's Joe Biden. 87% of Democrats support Medicare for all. Joe Biden doesn't. That is not a political leader. That is a tool of a corporation. That's not a political party. That's an oligarchy organization there to fuck you. They're not there to serve you. That's not your political party. They don't represent your interests. They want to trick you into voting for them. I agree with other commentators. What exactly should Biden and Harris be doing at this point? That they are not.
Oh, tough question.
Tough question. I don't know. Maybe offer something to people so they'd vote for them.
Policies for people.
Maybe a policy of health care. Maybe a policy of ending the wars. Maybe a policy of ending fracking. Maybe a policy of student debt relief. Maybe a policy. What are you talking about? What should they be doing? They should be trying to do something for people in the middle of a pandemic. How about give health care to people in the middle of a pandemic? How about that? How about a UBI while the government shuts down everybody's business? How about legalized marijuana? How about Medicare for all? How about a Green New Deal? How about free public college? Any one of those things would get them a ton of new votes. Any one of those things will get them a ton of new votes. They're not fucking doing it. Why? Because they'd rather have their rich country club friends stay rich. Here's the betting odds for Trump versus Biden. Look where it is.
Jeez.
The betting odds are right there, 50-50. Ashley Stevens says, honestly, I'm terrified either way. We've seen 40 years of Biden's record.
Yes.
Every single time Biden has had power, he has caused direct and intentional harm to black people. He's never apologized and doesn't feel bad for it. He's directly responsible for what is going on right now. There's no Trump without Joe Biden paving the way.
Go, Ashley. Wow.
I don't see how his administration is going to save me from his own legacy and record. I don't see how him winning and governing won't bring us another Trump later on. Exactly, Ashley Stevens. Exactly. All you asswipe blue check motherfuckers virtue signaling how Trump is bad and you're going to vote for Biden because you care about poor people. Suck it. You're just an out-of-touch rich asshole. And why weren't you talking the last 8 years when Barack Obama was president and he was kicking people out of their houses, denying them fucking health care with a right-wing health care plan, opening the Arctic to drilling twice, taking us from 2 wars to 7, and making the banks bigger? Where was your outrage then? You're not sticking up for poor black and brown people by screaming about Trump. That's you making yourself feel better. You're not a good person. Because if you were a good person, you would actually said some shit about this when Barack Obama was president. But you didn't because that would have been bad for your fucking career. Don't break your arm patting yourself on the back for coming out against Trump. And the guy he's running against is going to do the exact same shit. Hey, everybody, this is the part where I tell you where all our live shows are, but there aren't any. And then this is why I tell you to join our premium program and get extra content, but nobody's got a fucking job. So just enjoy the video.